Welcome everyone. We are practicing a Hatha Yoga class today, and we're going to begin recline just to relax and ground. So please have your cushioning or your mat set up. When you're ready, begin laying down and just take Shavasana as the first pose. Relaxing and breathing. And as you continue to observe the body and observe the breath, notice the qualities that come about in the body-mind experience as you breathe in a nice steady rhythm. And just check in with the sensations in the extremities and the limbs, the torso and spine, settling into the relaxed reclined pose. And bringing the feet together, bending the right knee, opening the knee, tree pose, and arms overhead, reclined tree. And go ahead and lift the knee, bring the knee into the chest, and roll the ankle a few times. And do both directions. And switch sides for the tree pose. Take extra time if you need. And enjoy opening slowly through the hip, having the arms extended overhead. Nice deep breath. Relax with the breath and sustain for a few more rounds. And lift the left knee. Take left knee to chest and roll out the ankle. Do both directions. Yeah. Feet to ground. Bring the feet together, open the knees, butterfly. Now stretching both sides of the hips. And if you like, taking the hands under the head, provide a little extra support for the neck and head. Nice, steady breathing. Next, we'll lift the knees. And we're going to transition to a nice little child's pose. So slowly lift up and then take child, resting the head, maybe folding the arms under the head. And hands and knees and roll out the back. Exhale, cat roll. Inhale, lengthen to neutral and repeat. Yeah, downward dog. Press into the legs, take a nice dog stretch. Maybe bend the knees if you need to, and work on lifting the hips high. And again, child's pose. Take a nice long rest in child. Maybe have wide legs, folded arms under the head as an option, and just breathe. And next we'll take a transition to downward dog. And come back to the hands and knees. And go ahead and take the elbows down pretty long, like hands off the mat, feet at the back of the mat, drop the hips a bit, and now we're in elbow plank. Breathing. And then we can take the nice Sphinx stretch. Work on lifting the chest and reaching back through the ankles. And come on down. And use the core and lift. And push back into the legs. Downward dog. And go ahead and walk or lightly hop to the top of the mat and fold over the legs. Then fold the arms into each other. If you need to, bend your knees and have a wider stance. And put a good bend in the knees so the back has support. And stand on up and take upward salute. And exhale, relax the arms. Now we'll do a classic sun salutation. You inhale, arms lift and draw into the abdomen. Exhale, fold down and step the right leg back. Runner stretch. Have the front knee and the ankle in line. Work on lifting the chest, lengthening the spine, breathing. Switch to hands and knees. And lower down. Inhale, Cobra. And lower down. Use the core and lift. Take a plank. And be very active in the legs. Then downward dog. And step up the right foot. Runner's pose. Right foot forward. Work on lifting the chest. And glide to the top of the mat. Uttanasana. Bend the knees, straighten the back, stand up tall. Inhale, arms lift. And exhale, flow down. Uttanasana. Left leg back. Runner stretch. And work on lifting the chest. And then come to hands and knees position. And lower all the way down. Inhale. Cobra. Exhale. Come on down. Inhale. Hands and knees. Tucking under the toes and extending the legs, plank. Push into the legs and lift the hips high, dog stretch. Left foot steps up, runner stretch. And glide into Uttanasana. Straight back lift, come on up. And relax the arms. Now we're going to take a palm tree stretch. Take the right hand to the left hip and a big side bend. Integrate the core and use the hand on hip for leverage. Other side. About 3 deep breaths. And come on back to center. And inhale, forward salute. Neutral spine or gentle back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Deep breath. And child's pose. Next, we'll take a big step up with the right foot. Work on lifting the chest and twist to the right. Shoulders open. And come on back to center. Half split and reach forward through the chest and have the neck neutral. And come on back and we'll do a crescent lunge. Rise up, maybe just hold the thigh if you need support for your balance. Otherwise, arms up and you have low hips and a strong back leg. Exhale. Downward dog. And child's pose. Let's transition to the left side runner. We have the left foot taking a big step up. And work on lifting the chest. Use the hand on the knee, twist to the left. Come on back to center and take a half split. You stretch the back of the leg and reach forward through the chest. And come into the runner. Next is the crescent. Maybe hold the knee if you need support for the balance or just through the transition. Rise on up. A long crescent will be good for stretching and strengthening more. You can shorten the distance if you need to focus a little more on relaxation. Exhale, downward dog. And let's step the right foot up. Halfway for a scissor stretch or Parsvottanasana. And then let the neck hang down, all the while breathing. And downward dog. Knees down, come to neutral with the spine, extending the right leg and lifting the left arm. Downward dog. Halfway step, left side. Nice deep scissors pose or Parsvottanasana. Deep with the breath and getting a really keen relaxation stretch down the back of the neck. Head hanging down. Downward dog. Knees on the floor. Extend the left leg. Lift hip level. Lift the right arm. and hold. And release and take downward dog. Knees down. Go ahead and turn and walk or hop the feet apart. And lengthen through the spine. Lifting the chest, neutral neck, deep breath. And put a bend in the knees and rise on up. And take a moment to fix your COVID afro. And then open up the arms, open up the right foot. Open the foot all the way, or a little excessively if your knee or hip is tight. Take warrior two. Breathe deep. And relax the arms and the legs. Turn the back foot up. Open that left foot. And again, warrior two. Back leg strong. Open the knee to open the hip. And relaxing the arms and the legs. Bring the feet a little closer. Open the toes and bend the knees and stand a couple times. Bend, keep the knees flaring wide. Stand, bend. When the knees stay open, you're stretching the groin, which is good. And then we're going to bend and hold. Bend, help the knees open with the hands, or if they can open on your own, you have the arms up. And breathe. Sit low, last couple rounds. And then come on up and relax the arms. Slowly bring the feet closer to each other. And stand at the top of the mat. If you have something to hold on to, hold the wall and stretch the thigh. You can also have the arm up. And let's go ahead and switch sides. And go ahead and release. And then next we'll do a nice squat pose. Have the feet a little wider than the hips, toes slightly pointed out, and then squat. If you're not able to squat, you can sit on a number of bricks if you have them, the blocks, or put a blanket under your heels. And that still may not work, so you can sit down and do butterfly. Or you can lay on your back and have the legs wide with the knees bent, like a squat at the wall if you have wall space. That's a way to make it much easier on the knees and the Achilles. Otherwise, we'll just have a moment of silence here, a few more breaths. And then we're going to switch to a nice plank position. Walk the hands and feet apart. Be long in the plank and don't push beyond the wrists, but do tuck the tailbone. Lift out of the shoulders, have a flat or preferably rounded back, and firm the legs, pushing back through the heels. And knees down, let's lower all the way. And take the hands under the hips. Leg. And hold. Rotate the knee in a bit. And switch sides. And release. Take the hands from underneath the hips. And rotate the head to the right. And head comes back to center. Now lift the arms and the chest, but push down through the feet and loop the shoulders back. And come on down, rotate the head the other direction, and breathe. Head comes back to center, hands alongside the shoulders, or maybe even a little higher and wider. Let's take Cobra and see how that feels. Come on down. We're going to do Cobra again. Maybe make the hands a little wider if it felt too much on your low back. This time we're going to hold a little longer. So make sure you go into it slow. Go to a level that feels good for you. The elbows staying slightly bent is nice. And we have a steady gaze. And come on down. Use the core and lift. And take a nice downward dog. Right knee forward. Swan stretch. Work into the swan. Lift the chest high. The back hurts. Move your hands more forward. That will make it easier on the back. If it feels okay, you might be able to bring the hands further back and open the chest. Swan doesn't always work for everyone's knees. Sitting on a cushion is good. Or you can do a lunge or a cradle stretch instead. Take a nice forward bend. Just let go of the mind and enjoy simple breathing. And we'll take a nice lift. And a downward dog. Left side. Swan. And work on lifting the chest. Feels good. Bring the hands further back. Remember your different options to modify. And let's go ahead and lay down into it. Forward bend, softening the back of the neck, softening with the breath. And we'll come on up and glide back to down dog. Tilt the hips high to really lengthen the lower back, building more length and muscle tone in the low back while stretching deeper into the legs. It's fine if the heels are up. Really push through the hands. Let's go ahead and transition to seating. So kneel down. And the next pose we'll take is a nice straddle. You can have the legs wide. Being sideways on the mat is good if the heels need extra cushioning. And you can do this laying down at the wall with the legs wide. That's a little more effortless form. Otherwise, we're going to take this and stretch to one leg. Feel free just to hold the leg and eventually the foot. And other side. Come back to center. With the arms and work on refining the openness of the shoulders, the muscle tone of the back while you're rolling the thighs back. And then come forward. Deep breath. Let's go ahead and release the forward bend. And we'll gradually adjust to laying down. So make sure you have enough space behind you. Roll back and down. And then cross the legs. Take recline cross-legged. You can use your left hand to tuck the right foot in more. You don't want the other leg tucked in too much. You want the legs to be free of each other so they release out and down more. Unless the knees hurt, you can cross the legs with the ankles hanging on each other, and then the knees won't bend as much. But if the knees don't hurt, you want staggered ankles so you release out and down and stretch through the quads and the hips a little bit more. Focus on your breathing and just take this as a reclined meditation. and switch legs. Stretching through the legs, lengthening through the neck, having the shoulders relaxed. And go ahead and take knees to chest. Now a twist with the legs to left, body twisting right. Ground through the shoulders. And go ahead and take the other side. And when you feel nice and complete, take Shavasana and close the eyes and be effortless with the breath. Go ahead and deepen the breath. Take knees to chest. Slowly come back to a comfortable seated pose. And we'll close with 3 ohms. Inhale to begin. Namaste. Thank you very much. It's wonderful to do another online session together. All these classes are for donations, so donate what you can. There's no amount too much, no amount too little. If you're not able to contribute financially, just keep practicing and share with your friends. That helps me out a lot. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and again, tell your friends. And really, really appreciate that. I'll be back on Saturday for Vinyasa Yoga. Today is Hatha Yoga with more of an emphasis on holding. So hopefully that worked out really well for you. Yeah, I posted yesterday also a video on Ayurvedic self-massage, doing oil on the skin, circles around the joints. So check that out. Give it a try. It really helps with just daily grounding and yoga practice and athletics. So I will see you soon. I'm going to say goodbye to the YouTube world first. Do a little wave on Facebook. Goodbye, YouTube. It's been a pleasure.